I did my BFA at Concordia in Montreal. So I was originally a painter. I went into school as a painting major. And in Montreal, I got to take some printmaking classes, lithography, intaglio, digital print media, and I loved it. I had never done printmaking before, and I fell in love with the medium. The problem is when you graduate from art school, you don't have access to those phenomenal studios and all the tools. So I didn't really get to do much printmaking after that. Until a year ago, I saw the Printing Museum in Houston, Texas was advertising for, or had a call for artists for a residency program. So I applied and I got accepted, and I was pretty much over the moon to get accepted into the residency program. So this is me last August learning how to print on a Vandercook press. When I first walked into the space in the studio, I wasn't sure about letterpress. I had no idea. I had never done it. I really, really wanted to use the lithography press, but it wasn't up and running yet. So I said, okay, I'll go ahead and learn this letterpress thing. And obviously came to love it. Love, 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 love it. So I spent 4 months there just printing as much as possible. I learned as much as possible. The studio manager, her name is Jessica Snow, and I just wanted to follow her around all the time and ask her questions and see what she did. She was an incredible teacher. Here's another picture of the space. These are 3 of the presses, and my little 4-year-old who had to tag along pretty often. We'd give her stuff to play with. In this picture, she is opening something with a screwdriver. So Jessica was very encouraging of even little artists trying things, which is really great. When you apply for the residency, you have to explain like what theme you're working on. So at the time I was working on, and I'm still working on, an exhibition, a solo show called COVID Masks Unmasked. So that was my theme. And so I came up with these prints here. There's actually 20 in the series. And what I came to really love is varied edition. So instead of, I learned the traditional way to create a print and create 20 of the same print, but I really loved the idea of manipulating the image each time and seeing what type of experiments you could create. So on this one, what I did is I found this really beautiful letter I, the large letter I in the back, and it was a lost and found piece. It didn't have a home. It was a really beautiful letter. And I printed it first just with yellow, and then I moved to making it a rainbow roll, adding in red. And then I did something really fun. I'd seen around the studio some work that Jessica and other students had done using Gamsol. So I tried this, putting Gamsol on the letter, and it made this awesome textured background, which to me reminded me of like the COVID droplets that we were all so scared of. And so it was very timely. So I tried it over and over, and it was just really fun to create and not know how it was going to look. So this one came out differently, and then this one was a little darker. But each time it came out, I was just really happy with the look. And pretty much from then on, most of my prints ended up being varied editions. And I think that's more the painter in me that like that painterly effect. So here's another series I did. This one was also a varied edition. In the background, I did pressure printing with masks. And then I first tried that, then I added the Gamsol, and I really liked that effect again. The letters in the front are, so my work was starting to be kind of, tackling some difficult subjects like how COVID affected non-white communities in Houston in terms of lack of access to vaccines, lack of access to healthcare, higher comorbidities. So I was starting to get into some really socio-political issues, and I thought I need to create something with hope. And so the beauty of letterpress and words is you can do that. So I made hope in different languages. The top one you might not recognize, that is Amharic. So my dad is from Ethiopia, and there's no Amharic letterpress. So I had to carve them out of I carved them out of lino blocks. Just scoot back so you can see the under image that I made with the masks and pressure printing here. The next series, education, that was something that I was also really passionate about during the pandemic, and seeing how, again, more affluent families were able to create learning pods and create opportunities for their children to learn, and families that didn't have a stay-at-home parent or didn't have resources weren't able to do that. So just some of the effects of COVID. And so this is a quote by Malcolm X. But again, I immediately got into making it a varied edition. I just was having too much fun with creating different backgrounds, different colors. It was hard for me to stick to any type of traditional edition. And the last photo here is the lithography press. I know it's off topic from Letterpress, but during my residency, I was really lucky to get to help refurbish this machine, the lithography press, and get it up and running again. And here's one of the first prints that I made on the litho press. So again, this is related to my theme of COVID, masks unmasked. That's my little guy playing chess at Emancipation Park here in Houston, Texas, when schools were closed, and it was hard to find things to do. So we spent a lot of time outside and at parks. And yeah, this is my last image. So I think that's it for my presentation.